classroom. Observe.
Hey, I can see inside myself.
Here, we use X-rays to teach the X sound. No bones about it. The X makes the sound of as in fox or fox. Give it a try. Extremely well done.
Excellent.
The X says, every letter makes a sound. The X says.
Hey, Professor, is that a letter Y?
Y as in yes.
Give me a Y sound.
Yeah.
Give me a Y sound.
Yeah.
What do the Y letters say?
Yes. The Y says yes. The Y says yes. Every letter makes a sound. The Y says yes.
Well, Leap and Lily have searched the entire factory for
We
Tad,
searched A through X and no sign of Tad yet.
and
That means
Mr.
the
Frog
Y
wants
was
to almost
stolen.
end our
We
tour.
better hurry or Dad will...
And it is this strict training that makes our letters remarkably dependable.
Uh-oh, and a bunch of other letters. That is almost done giving the tour to Mr. Websley.
Each letter outstanding at knowing its own sound.
The U says up.
The B says
The W says what?
the X says...
The Y says you.
And you're introduced to the 26th and final letter in the alphabet, Z.
Do you recognize these letters by the sounds they make? Which letter makes the sound? Good work. The letter Z makes the sound. Which letter makes the sound? Right on. The letter Z makes the sound. Which letter makes the sound? Very good. The letter U makes the sound. Which letter makes the sound Y? You got it. The letter Y makes the Y sound. Which letter makes the X sound? Fantastic. The letter X makes the X sound. Last one. Which letter makes the W sound? That's right. The letter W makes the W sound.
Usually, Quigley would perform this lullaby, send disease, but he does not.
There he is.
And here, Leap and Lily find Tad.
He's had a busy day of learning his letters.
You mean Tad knows the alphabet? Well, he sure knows his Z's.
He has learned them all from A to Z.
He wanted to be part of the presentation and, well, I think I was too hard on him. Hey, I have an idea. Tad, wake up! We have a big problem. Yes, I'm your problem. Don't worry, I won't get in the way at your presentation. That's just it. Leap lost his voice and we need your help. You know all of your letters, right? You bet. And here's how we're going to do it. Okay. First we start with the letter A. And then...
Now it's time for the
At
finale.
this time, we are proud to present the alphabet from A to Z. Some letters are made of straight lines, and some are curvy and round. But every letter makes a sound.
The A says ah. The B says
The C says
and the D says D.
the E says eh,
And the F says The K says, and the L says, oh, 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 oh.
The M says, and the N says,
The O says, ah, 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 ah.
And the P says,
The Q says quack.
And the R says,
the S says,
and the T says,
the U says, and the V says,
the W says, what,
and the X says,
the Y says, yeah.
and the Z says, and those are all the letters in the factory. You do know all your letters, Dad. Hey, I thought you lost your voice. Oh yeah, I just found it.
if you practice, it's not hard to learn your alphabet. Every letter makes a sound. Every letter makes a sound.
What you hear is what you get. Oh
Consider me sold. My next book will be the Websley Talking ABC book. I need all of your letters and all of their sounds.
Outstanding! Thanks, everybody.
And after, usually at the scene, Quigley will award the frogs Alpha Z shirts, but here, unfortunately, they don't get Alpha Z shirts. Sorry for them. Oh well. Well, that's the end, and the Leapster turns itself off after it's over. Well, that pretty much covers the low-quality Leapster version of the Letter Factory. It's not bad for a low-quality version, but you know what? I'm gonna assume the Leapster handheld itself retailed for $70 when it first came out, and the games for like $25. Well, why would people pay almost $100 for something that's far less superior when you can go and get the VHS or DVD version of Letter Factory or Talking Words Factory with much better animation quality for just $10 when it was first released. Now it's back when they were first released back in '03. Well, it's not that bad. Funny bone style animation. It's an okay conversion. Still as epic and shocking as it wasn't. And I always thought about if Leapfrog made a contribution to the real consoles. I thought if they were to make like an action platformer with Leapfrog characters that controls a lot like the Mega Man or Mega Man X series, from where Leap carries a gun and he fights the bosses and get their weapon like Mega Man. Yeah, Letter Factory Adventures would have been something for the Game Boy Advance. Obviously, the people over at WayForward Technologies, who previously worked on Shantae and even Capcom distributed that one, they would take the cute frog characters and make them look badass. And even introduce a main antagonist, Professor Bixby, and former friend of Quigley, who wants to get rid of all of Quigley's factories. Yeah, it would control a lot like Mega Man. It would have been released in 2004, would have been developed by WayForward Technologies, and hell, even Capcom would publish the game, since they like the concept and it's a lot like Mega Man, even though Leapfrog would be nitro over the plot and gameplay, so they decided to produce not that many limited copies. Yeah, but yeah, Letter Factory Adventures would be controlled a lot like Mega Man series by Capcom, but I'll get more to that later when I get to the epilogue of coming next. Oh boy, the Leapster version of Talking Words Factory.